How's it going? My name is Steve Mace. I'm a forecaster with the Eastern Sierra Avalanche Center down here in beautiful Mammoth Lakes, California. I'm here today to talk a little bit about why education matters. I think just like a lot of other areas in the country, we're expecting a fairly large increase to the backcountry user base this year as we all adapt to the global pandemic and look for ways to recreate responsibly. And I think it's important to remember that the mountains can be a really harsh place to learn, and the backcountry is an inherently risky place to recreate. When we go to the ski area, we have the ski patrol who get up early and they throw explosives and use their bodies to make avalanches happen and mitigate that risk for the rest of us. But in the backcountry, we just don't have that safety net. So it's important that we all do what we can to set ourselves up and gain that knowledge and be able to assess that risk and manage it on our own. So when I think about avalanche education and why I've pursued it, it's pretty simple. I continue to pursue avalanche education for my friends and family. I think I owe it to the people I care about most to do my best to come home at the end of the day. And I think I owe it to my touring partners to be in a position to help them do the same. The mountains are a pretty harsh place to learn. It's a really steep learning curve. And the backcountry is an inherently risky place to recreate. So whether we're going out on skis or a split board or a snow machine, I think it's really important that we do our best to set ourselves up for success. And that really starts with education. So if this is your first season looking into backcountry, I would highly recommend you take a level 1 course. In that course, you're going to learn a lot of valuable information. You're going to learn the basics of avalanches. What are the things that have to be present to have an avalanche? You're going to learn the different types of avalanches you might encounter out there. And what are the different characteristics that make those avalanches happen, right? Where in the terrain are you likely to find those different types of avalanches? And what are some strategies to avoid those areas? You're going to learn the basics of companion rescue. What happens if something goes wrong? I want to know that if I'm out with one of my good friends and he gets caught in an avalanche, I want to know that I have the skills that are necessary to find and dig them out. And I want to know that they have the same skills so that if I'm the one who's caught, they can find me and dig me out of the snow. Another thing you're going to learn is the basics of trip planning and group management. Where should we go today? And what are the factors I should think about with my group to make that decision? And you're also going to learn some strategies on communication. Critical conversations in the backcountry, just like in your relationship or at a workplace, have real consequences. And a lot of times avalanche accidents don't necessarily occur because of a misunderstanding of the risks involved, but sometimes they can be traced back to a breakdown in communication. So learn some strategies and a framework to kind of help set up good communication. And for others out there you've taken your level 1 or even your level 2, or maybe you've even taken a pro level course, I think it's important to remember that avalanche education, it doesn't end once we get that certificate. It's a lifelong learning process. So what are some strategies and ways that we can expand our knowledge base, whether that be taking a companion rescue course and brushing up on those skills, or maybe taking a medical course. Avalanches are quite violent, and sometimes your rescue, it doesn't end once you pull your friend out of the snow. It might be a longer extraction process. Or finding a mentor is huge. Use your community. There's lots of really knowledgeable people out there who have a lot to offer. So find a mentor and utilize that resource. When in doubt, it's always a good idea to hire a guide. If you are looking to go out for a weekend and you're just not sure about the avalanche risk or where to go, the guide services have a lot of knowledge and they have a lot of experience and they're pretty plugged into what's going on. So utilize those resources and help set yourselves up for success. As we move into the season, I just want to encourage everybody to do what you can to be the best touring partner you can be, and be safe and have fun out there.